Aries horoscope for January 2020. Happy New Year, dear friends, and welcome to your prediction for the first month of 2020. And the new year actually begins in a very exciting way with so many important things happening. Of course, the key event that we have prepared for such a long time is the conjunction between Saturn and Pluto. This will happen in Capricorn, and it can bring some incredible shifts and deep transformations. We also have a lunar eclipse, which, by the way, triggers again Capricorn and Cancer. So the same area in your life will be triggered as well. And the sun will have conjunctions with Saturn and Pluto, which is an important thing we need to discuss. And there is a new moon in Aquarius. These are just the key events, but we are going to go through each of the days through the whole month. And I will show you which are the most important events and how they will affect your sign. So get ready. Before that, let me share my gift for you for the upcoming year. You can download the January 2020 calendar for free. It includes a Google integration, Google Calendar integration, and a PDF document. Just check the links below and you can get it immediately. Also, the other surprise I have for you is a special program which I have created. It's called Eclipses Journey 2020. It begins on the 1st of January, and you can join us for free during the first 3 days. So check the link below and join us so that we can prepare together for 2020. And most importantly, we are going to use this Eclipses corridor to make the transformations we want in our life. Let's move now to the first astrology event for 2020. On January the 2nd, we have a conjunction between Mercury and Jupiter in Capricorn in your 10th house. And you will notice that there are many things during the month, many astrology events which trigger your 10th house. And this is definitely going to be a very important area of your life, probably for the most part of 2020, but especially for January. Mercury and Jupiter in your 10th house can help you to plan things, to have a more open mind, and also to visualize things related to your future and specifically related to your career. You can make some long-term plans. You can visualize what you want to have, how you want your career to change and improve. So this can be an especially productive period. And it's also great for creating some new contacts with people who have more power or can support you in some way, give you advice, or show you what you can do to improve your career. So generally, that's a great start for the year. On the 7th of January, the sun is in Capricorn in your 10th house. And we'll have a positive aspect with Neptune in Pisces in your 12th house. A very positive combination, which allows you to concentrate on your career, on your social work, and also to feel guided. It might be an intuition that you might have, or idea, or something for which you are really guided. So trust your instincts and use your creativity. You may literally feel inspired to do something to help other people or to do something meaningful, especially related to your career. And then on the very next day, on the 8th of January, we have similar connection, but this time Mercury is in your 10th house, having the sextile with Neptune in your 12th house. This is also a great aspect that increases the intuition, that can make you more creative and also able to plan certain things specifically related to your career and social work. You may have successful negotiations or communication with other people, or just some creative ideas that you may implement in a very practical way. That's the Capricorn way, and specifically related to your career. Then there is a combination on the 10th of January, one of the key events for the month, the lunar eclipse in Cancer, Capricorn, triggering your 4th and 10th house. This is one of the major events for which we are going to prepare during Eclipse's journey. So make sure to join us, and we are going to have a meditation specifically for this event. So I think that it will be a very strong group energy. But in your case, let's see what can be changed. 4th and 10th house, this is the axis related to your personal life, your home, your family. And 10th house is about your career and the main goals that you have. And here you need to find the balance, first of all. But also there might be some deep, intense transformations and changes. And the main area where the changes can come from is the personal life area. The position of the moon, which is in 4th house, can be the area where you can make the changes, you can make the transformations. But this can also be very enlightening because the nodes are there, the North Node is still there, so it can be quite important and interesting. And make sure to let go of things that you don't need anymore. Literally some possessions at home or stuff that you don't need, and to fix the relationships with your family members. On the very same day, on the 10th of January, Uranus is also going to turn retrograde. That's very important because it means that Uranus is stationary at the very moment of the lunar eclipse, which is something very rare. And when Uranus is stationary, the energy is extremely intense. In your case, it triggers 2nd house, which is related to the practical material things in your life. Your money, your resources, and even your physical energy, your personal health. Make sure to get rid of things that you don't need, to prepare for some kind of surprises, but also to avoid being too impulsive or doing something out of the blue because, well, it might be a little bit too much. And the last event for the 10th of January, so we have 3 major events on this day. So the last one is the conjunction between the Sun and Mercury in 10th house, which basically means that Mercury is also part of the lunar eclipse. This aspect increases the mental activity. So it could be related to new ideas or analyzing something, focusing extremely on certain projects. And by triggering your 10th house, it means that probably it will be related to your career and business plans. Then we move to the 12th of January, the next major event for basically the whole year, the whole 2020. We have a conjunction between Saturn, Pluto, and Mercury in Capricorn in your 10th house. Of course, the most important here is the conjunction between Saturn and Pluto. That's the really rare one. And by the way, the last time we have had this aspect was around 1982, 83. So if you have enough personal experience, you might go back and check what has happened. Of course, it's not the same this time, but just as an idea how rare this aspect actually is. And it's about deep transformations. It's about restructuring your life, in your case, specifically in the area of career. Saturn and Pluto require something to be separated, something for you that you can let go. If there is something unnecessary, something you no longer need, you have to let it go. You have to let it die, actually. And after that, just like the phoenix, you can create something new might be born. So that's a very transformational combination, and it may not be that easy to handle it. But if you are part of the process, if you don't resist the change, you can make a drastic shift, incredible change in your career. Some people may change their jobs, some people may decide to quit their jobs or start a new business. And if you're resisting the change, but for example, this job is no longer good for you, it might be taken away from you just because it's time to prepare for something new. So my advice would be to be part of the process, not to resist the change, and to think consciously, what is it that you can change and transform in your career? Start with the small things, change the workplace, change how you communicate, how you schedule things, the management system you use, whatever, just make changes, try to make some improvements. And keep in mind that such combination for some of you may also mean more responsibilities and more power. Both Saturn and Pluto can bring control and power, especially if you work in some kind of government institution or hierarchic system. This may also mean moving to another position, and it's quite intense. It can really be life-changing. With Mercury there, of course, you might think a lot about those transformations, but it's also allowing you to see things, to be able to bring more awareness to this process. And it can really turn into a life-changing period. Okay, enough about this aspect. Let's move next to the 13th of January. Again, your 10th house is triggered, this time by the conjunction of the Sun with Saturn and Pluto in your 10th house. Again, deep, intense transformations, more opportunities, but only through hard work, only if you're ready to do your best. So it seems like around the middle of the month, the area related to career and business can be changed dramatically. On the 13th, you also have Venus moving to your 12th house. And generally, this is a transit that can help you to feel more relaxed when you are alone, more in harmony, to find more balance, or to enjoy some meditation or other practices that you like. When it comes to love, maybe you need to step back a little bit to reassess this area. Make sure that you are very clear about what you want to change or leave in the past. And then when Venus moves to your first house, there will be the beginning of the new cycle. Okay, and on the 15th of January, Venus in your 12th house is having a positive aspect with Uranus in your second house. This combination, my friends, is great for financial stuff. Surprising things like new ideas that you might have of how to improve your financial situation, or somebody makes a present for you. This is also some kind of support. And generally, I would recommend you to be open-minded and ready to experiment. By trying new things, you may find new ways, new solutions to improve your financial situation. On the 16th of January, Mercury is moving to your 11th house in Aquarius, which is kind of giving you a little break from all of these 10th house positions, aspects, planets. With Mercury in 11th house, this can be a great time for socializing, for spending more time with your friends, or creating new friendships, or just sharing your message with more people. On the 18th of January, Mercury in 11th house will have a square with Uranus in your second house. You need to be more cautious, first of all, with financial stuff, with expenses, or who you give money to, or how you have planned your finances, and there might be something unexpected in this area. The area of your social contacts or friends may also bring some surprises. Somebody may call out of the blue and ask for money, or why not, in some cases, return some money that they owe you. But make sure to avoid confrontations or some kind of arguing about money with your friends or with other people, because the outcome might be unpredictable. And on the 20th of January, the sun is also moving to your 11th house, which can allow you to detach a little bit from all of the things that are happening, and maybe give yourself some time, spend time with friends or with other people that you love to be with, and focus on some kind of future perspective, your goal for the upcoming year. This is also something which we are going to talk about during Eclipses journey, so make sure to join us. And you can program yourself of how you want your life to look like, how you see yourself in the future, which is so important. And you're going to have 1 month after the 20th of January. The sun is going to be in your 11th house for approximately 1 month. And on the 23rd of January, there are 2 events. First of all, the sun, which is in your 11th house, is going to have a square with Uranus in your 2nd house. So there can be some surprises in financial decisions or related to your expenses or the money that you own, the money that you manage. There might be a new idea, or suddenly you may feel the urge to buy something or to spend some money or to change something about how you manage this area. And other people may take part as well. Somebody else tells you something, for example, or provokes you, or you need to kind of, find the balance in this area. So this is challenging aspect, and I recommend you to be more cautious with financial stuff and with friends. But the other aspect is actually a very positive one. Venus in 12th house is having a sextile with Jupiter in your 10th house. What a wonderful position and time to grow something that you love. Something related to your career maybe, but something that will also bring you joy and excitement and will make you feel happy about it. Venus and Jupiter are the 2 benefactors. So the day can be actually very positive for career projects, for doing something that you are passionate about and something that you truly love. And on the 24th of January, we have a new moon in Aquarius in your 11th house, which is a new beginning in a way that can help you to start new things, to be more inspired, to take new actions, and to concentrate on the future. 11th house is the vision, the future vision that you have. So make sure to write down your goals, what you want to materialize, what you want your life to be, and dream big. You don't have to be modest or, stop yourself from dreaming big. Actually, the more you dream, the more you can materialize. So concentrate on the things you want for your future. On the 25th of January, there is a positive aspect between Mercury in your 11th house and Mars in your 9th house. This can make your mind very active. You may find new solutions. You may have great inspirational ideas, and you may also take action. It's not just about the planning, it's about the doing as well. And 9th and 11th house are related to the future, both of them from a different perspective. So plan something, visualize things, and take action. And on the 26th of January, there is a challenging aspect between Venus and Mars. Venus being in your 12th house, Mars in your 9th. And this can create some kind of emotional tension. And it could be related to your goals, which you may need to change in some way, or you may just find that you no longer want something that you have thought you wanted before. So just change it, take new actions, change your approach. In regards to love, there may also be some kind of surprises. With Venus in 12th house, there could be something secret which might come up on the surface, or sometimes even potential confrontation. So make sure, to not to overreact around this day. And on the 27th of January, again Venus, but this time in conjunction with Neptune in your 12th house. Aspect which can increase your imagination, your sensitivity, your creativity as well. But when it comes to practical things, it may bring some kind of fog. So you may not be that able to see things clearly, maybe things related to love, to your relationships, and there can be some kind of confusion. But from the positive side, this aspect can bring incredible inspiration, especially in 12th house, the Neptune house. This could be an intuition, some kind of guidance that you may receive. And I highly recommend you to find just a little time for a meditation. You may receive some kind of idea, intuitive thought, or something that you specifically need at that time. So trust the process. It's not about working hard, putting effort, struggling to do something. It's actually more about the opposite, allowing yourself to relax, to trust, and to receive. So great time for relaxation. And this is the very last event for this month on the 28th of January. Challenging aspect between Mars in 9th house and Neptune in 12th house, which can bring some kind of complications or some kind of things that you haven't known about, like secret things might come up on the surface. And they could be related also to your goals, your future plans, and you may feel a little lost about what you should do, which is the right direction. There might be confusion or even lack of motivation to take action. What I would recommend you is to allow yourself some time, not to push yourself too much, to work extremely hard, but actually to reflect more, to look at yourself and to use this internal guidance. So it could be also very inspiring, but if you're more, in the spiritual area, like trusting, like using spiritual practices, from that point of view, the aspect can be actually very positive. And with that, actually, we finished the January 2020 forecast. I want to remind you again, the 2020 astrology calendar is available and you can take the January part completely free. It's a Google Calendar integration, which I'm so proud of, and also a PDF document. And of course, on January 1st, we begin with Eclipses Journey 2020, an amazing program that will allow you to reprogram yourself for success and achieving the things you want during 2020. It was a real pleasure for me as always. I wish you all an amazing 2020. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you very soon.